welcome back to After the Bell. We are hanging out with singer and songwriter Jenny March, who's going to be performing for us too. So it's like a double whammy here on After the Bell today. So excited to have you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
For taking the time to come and hang out with us at Sweety High.
Of course.
And I want everyone to kind of get to know you a little bit more. And let's talk about how you got started in music. Let's throw it back to the beginning and when you kind of, started.
Well, I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Midwest,
yes,
hey!
We talked about this earlier. I started doing musical theater and acting and dancing a lot when I was a kid. And so then I moved to LA originally for acting, and I realized, I can do music as like a career here also, and that's always been my #1 passion. So that's when I got started. I kind of got started when I was like 15, 16.
Wow, and so you moved out here pretty young then, and you've been in LA for almost 8 years.
Yeah.
And you're, LA is a tough place to be
for
sure. At any age and at any point in your career. How was it trying to adapt and chase your dreams at such a young age?
Well, it's kind of a blessing because I knew what I wanted to do at such a young age, and a lot of people don't know what they want to do, especially out of college, which I have a lot of friends that are in that boat right now. But it was awesome. I moved out here with my mom, and we went back and forth, and then I went through a lot of, rejection with acting, which I just kind of got used to, and you just kind of have to keep going and keep moving forward. And I met a lot of great people out here, and a lot of people were super motivated and just made me even more motivated. So it was great. I loved it. I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Let's talk about kind of the journey in music, and you mentioned you meet a lot of people. Has there been a moment for you, like looking back at these past 8 years, that you think is such a pivotal moment for your career that kind of really just where the stars kind of all aligned?
Well, I was working on my music for a couple years, and I was just trying to figure out my sound, and I was trying to figure out who I was, and I still am. I'm 22 years old, so I'm still trying to figure it out. But it was just kind of when I started working with a producer that really got me and got my vision, and that's when everything just kind of came together. And because I was doing so many songs, recording so many songs, and I didn't want to release any of them because I didn't feel like they were right and they didn't feel like they were me.
Really? Okay.
And I felt like I was just doing and writing songs because that's what they wanted me to do and stuff. So once I started working with the producer who produced my EP and my latest 2 singles, that's when it kind of clicked, and I was like, yes, I'm so ready to just release my music.
And you talk about, the journey and trying to find your sound. How would you describe it to everyone?
I would describe it as pop, but edgy, confident, and really like that.
And now you have, let's talk about those 2 songs, California Days, which you're going to be performing for us in a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that song. Obviously, living in California, that I'm sure inspired, obviously, the song, right?
Exactly, yeah. And especially like a guy that I dated, and it was just kind of one of those first time you fall in love stories. So it was just about me falling in love for the first time in California and kind of getting lost in what California, it's just amazing. And so I just kind of got lost in the relationship, and I just needed to get back on track. But it was a good story, it wasn't like a bad relationship. It was good. So it was just, one of those first times you fall in love kind of stories, and getting lost in California or like whatever you're doing and not really focusing on what you want to do or what can help your career and stuff.
Right. And let's talk a little bit about the songwriting process for you. Obviously, California Days is based off of a real life experience. As an artist, do you like to make sure your music reflects your own life?
Of course, yeah. A lot of the times, something will inspire me and I'll expand on that story a little bit. For the song, but most of the time I definitely want it to be like personal to me, and through a real experience that I have, and that's normally what I pull from, because I've pulled from like my own experiences. California Days was actually the first song that we started working on for my EP with this producer, and we got in, and Tony Rodini, my producer, started like making a track, and I was like, okay, this inspired me like right away. I want to start writing this. So I just started like making melodies to it, and then all of a sudden the title came about, California Days, but D-A-Z-E.
D-A-Z-E,
not D-A-Y-S. So and then just kind of came out. We wrote it in like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy. Like it's just one of those songs wow.
We did like a demo first, and then we went to a real studio and professionally
And is there a
recorded it.
music video for that one?
There isn't. There's
There
a music
isn't.
video to my second single, Talk to
Okay.
Me. Yeah.
Will there be one for California Days?
There won't.
Okay.
We just didn't have enough time. Just,
Right.
Know,
It's
so.
and now we're focused on obviously the current song that's out most recently.
Yeah,
Let's talk a little bit about Talk to Me, and it's kind of more of like an upbeat anthem, right?
Yeah, it's definitely an anthem. Definitely, I wanted it to be more current and for like the generation that's now, and it definitely like later on. It was one of the songs we did at the end of the EP, and it's just really fun. And it talks about like the period in my life where I just wasn't I was just apologizing for anything, and I just kind of was doing me, and I was just like, this is me, so here I am.
I love that about you. It's just like the confidence, and you know who you are, and what you want your music to be. And going forward, let's talk about what is next for you and for your music.
Well, I'm working on new music now. I'm just writing. So hopefully something comes of that. I have my EP releasing later this summer.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so then next is the music video for Talk to Me. But other than that, just making shows and performing. I have my first live show in LA coming up at the end of the month.
Oh my
It's
God,
so
that's got to be so exciting. It's
Yeah.
got to be also like a full circle moment for
Exactly.
you too.
I think
and,
that'll be like one of the most exciting things for me.
And you'll have, I'm sure, your friends and family there. And do you think you'll get nervous? I mean, you're gonna, you're performing for us here, and do you get nerves at all?
I wasn't.
Or?
I'm not. I don't think I'll be nervous like in these small things. I think maybe like
in front of the family and the friends. Yeah.
I normally just get nervous more in front of my family for some reason. They're all like, Jenny, why can't you sing for me? And I'm like, ugh, just later.
Our families tend to be our biggest critics.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Yeah.
No, mine are definitely my biggest supporters. They never critique me, and I'm like, can you give me some criticism, please? Like,
The constructive criticism, of course.
I
yeah.
know.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with
Thanks
us at Sweety
for
High. We
having
appreciate
me.
it. Where can everyone follow you along on your social medias through your journey? With
You
music?
can follow me on Jenny March Music on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Perfect. And do
Pretty
not
easy.
go anywhere, you guys. Jenny's going to be performing for us California Days right after this quick video. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yay!